Welcome to the Next Level podcast. This show is for leaders, builders, and bold thinkers who know they're meant for more and are finally ready to stop waiting and start moving. The Next Level Lab is where confidence meets clarity, where identity turns into action, and where bold decisions create real momentum. Here we'll talk about leadership, growth, energy, mindset, and what it actually takes to build a life and a business that feel aligned, powerful, and totally yours. You'll hear real conversations, real stories, real strategies. No fluff, no playing small, and no waiting until you feel ready. This podcast is your permission to lead louder, move faster, and own your next level. I'm your host, Callie Wiley. Let's freaking go. Welcome back to another episode of the Next Level Lab podcast. Today I want to talk all about pricing. Okay, we're going to talk all things pricing today, and I want to talk first about if you're constantly asking your friends for discounts. This is the consumer side of it, right? We're going to talk about discounts and why you shouldn't ask for discounts from your friends. We're also going to talk about how you can support people in business if buying their services is not available to you or not of interest to you. How can you still support people in business, right? We're going to chat all those things. And then I'm going to talk heart to heart to my business owners. And we're going to talk about why I want you to stop discounting your items, whether you are giving discounts, you're offering discounts, like why, or if you're just pricing terribly, right? We're going to talk about all those things. So when I am talking about asking people for discounts, usually it comes from a good place, right? We get to know people that own floral design companies. We get to know people that are photographers, and we know them and we love them. And hey, what's the family friend discount, right? That's the first thing that people normally go to is, what is a family friend discount? And I want you to stop asking for those, because when people are running their businesses, it's taking everything that they have. And when we respect our people and we love what they're doing, we respect their pricing. Because when you're asking for a discount, they're probably already not charging enough. And now when you're asking for 20% off, now they're losing money. And I want you to think about that. Because if you truly love your people and you want to hire them, support them fully. Support your people fully. Now, if someone that you know that you want to work with is not in your price range, that's also okay. You can work with other people. And I have a lot of people in my world. I work with a lot of other coaches. And I have people that go to other people for personality reasons. I have people that say, hey, I can't afford what you're doing right now. I'm going to go use this person. And that's amazing, right? That's okay. So as a business owner, you have to be more open to letting people do their thing as well. But I want you to stop asking for retail discounts. No discounts. We don't ask for those. If you want to support your people, though, there's 1,000 different ways we can do this. 1,000 different ways. Social media is so easy to help promote your people. Okay. How do we do that? We like, we share, we subscribe. I saw this thing on social media recently that said that there are people out there intentionally not liking, subscribing, and sharing your content. They're intentionally not liking your content. And if you support your friends that are in business, you like everything. You reshare everything. You post everything. You are engaged. You comment on everything. Engagement means the world to us as small business owners. When you engage in our content, it's going to push out to other people. Other people are going to see it. And that helps us. So even if my service isn't for you, every time you reshare that, it's hitting someone else's network, right? I have friends that are in photography world. Even some of the styles that aren't my own, like how can I share that? I have friends that are in bands. How can I reshare your content? How can I put your footprint out in the world to help you, right? I have friends that are authors. How can I share your books? You notice like in some of my backgrounds, I've got books of friends. I always have albums, like records of friends that have put out vinyls. Like how can you support your people? Like, share, subscribe. If you're following YouTube channels, subscribe to their YouTube channel. Subscribe to their YouTube channels. I have friends that run a coffee channel. Subscribe to your friends' channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share. It's so free. It takes no money to do this, and it can change everything for business owners, okay? So A, stop asking people for discounts. B, you're gonna be engaged. That's how we support our small business owner friends. Now, let me talk to my small business owners, because this is a big thing for me. Pricing, you're probably undercharging. You're probably undercharging for your services, and that is gonna fucking send me into orbit, because when you undercharge for your services, why are you doing this? We're in business to make money. You're in business to make money. And when you are just throwing your stuff away for free, what are you doing? What are you doing when you give away free business? You're taking time away from your family, you're taking time away from your kids, you're taking time away from your nieces, nephews, people around you to give away free services. And guess what? You worked years to get to this spot. You worked for years to get to this spot. You did not just wake up and do the thing. You didn't wake up and become the photographer. And I know that if you listen to the first episode, I interviewed the Dapper Hiker, and I get to put him on blast now because he's one of my good friends. But the first invoice he ever sent me was laughable, because in his eye, he struggles with this imposter syndrome. And it was like, well, this is a new area. This is a new area for me. I don't do branding. But he does. But he didn't realize that he did branding. And when he sent me that invoice, I literally sent it back and said, you're an idiot, because he's been doing content creation for years. He's been working behind a camera with Creative Space for years. So when we own our talent, we look back and we say, oh my gosh, I've actually been doing this for years. I've had people that come to me and they ask for discounts on speaking. Will you comp this? Will you do this for free? I've been speaking since I was 15 in a very unique situation, because I was in 4-H and I did all these things, and I did Youth Action Council in City of Reading, and I got to speak on stages very young. That means I've been speaking for 2 decades. I've been speaking on stages for 2 decades. I didn't start when I started this business a year ago. I started this business 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I can't even keep track. But that's not when I started speaking. I've been speaking on platforms for 2 decades. And that's what you're paying me for. And anyone that comes to me in the creative space, you've been doing this for decades. I don't care if you make sourdough bread. When did you start baking? When did you start baking in your kitchen with your family? That's when you started your baking career. You have decades of experience. I have people in my world that are in floral design. When did you start playing with flowers with your grandma in the garden? That's when you started your career. Charge your worth based on when you started your career. And it doesn't have to be when you first started getting paid. And y'all, if you are in the fashion industry, you're doing different things, charge what makes sense. We're not here to give out handouts. We're here to make freaking money. And when you're just handing things out, what is that doing for you, right? What is that doing for you? So I want you to start charging your worth. I want you to be okay with putting a number out and letting it sit. And y'all, I send out invoices all the time. I send out contracts all the time, and I've had people say, hey, this actually isn't for me right now. And the way that I've battled that, because I know someone's gonna come at me and say, well, Kelly, what if I get no clients? Scale your services. I do group coaching. That's a cheaper, more affordable option for people to have access to me as a coach. I also do one-on-one coaching, and I'm non-negotiable on that pricing, right? That is one-on-one time with me. When I do group coaching, I can get a ton of people. It's also letting me build community. It's building community for those people. It's a different program. I can charge less money for it. But my one-on-one time is expensive, and I'm not gonna shy down from that. I'm not gonna charge someone less because they want one-on-one coaching with me, but they can't afford it. That's not what we're doing here. And I want you to stop choosing what people afford. Don't project what people can afford. People will make their choices on where they want to spend their money. Stop projecting what people will spend. Don't project it. People are going to choose to spend their money on gyms. You guys have been in the fitness industry. I've watched people pay $300 a month for a fitness membership. Let them choose that, right? Let them choose that. If someone wants to spend $5,000 on photos, let them choose that. Don't project how much they can afford. Stop projecting how much they can afford. People drive luxury cars all the time. People choose to spend their money on luxury bags. If you're a luxury brand, charge a fucking luxury price. Stop sitting here and saying, I'm a luxury photographer, but I'm gonna only charge $400. Louis Vuitton doesn't do that. Look around. Position yourself and charge accordingly. Know your freaking worth. Know what you're capable of, know your experience, know what you're capable of doing and providing, and stick to your guns. When someone comes to you, don't offer them a discount. Well, if you book with me, I'll give you 20% off. Absolutely not. This is my pricing, and I'm going to stand firm in it. And if this doesn't work for you, that's okay. But if someone wants to work with you bad enough, they're going to make it happen. They're going to make it happen. So stop dictating what people will spend with you. Go charge your worth, get out of your own way, get out of your comfort zone, and change your life. Make a successful business. We're not in this to give things away. Now, there's a flip side to this. I can't even talk now because I'm all fired up. I do give a lot away. I want to be sponsors at events. And I make good money so that I can do those things. And if you're not making good money, then you can't give things away. You can't give away to nonprofits. You can't support your people, y'all. I do gifts for clients. If I didn't make money, I can't do gifts. I can't do the charity golf tournaments. And that's where the money matters, right? That's where the money gets to matter. So every time you're asking your friend for a discount, you're robbing a charity. Think of it that way. You're robbing their opportunities to be able to pour into the community that they support and the nonprofits that they're really passionate about. There is free work that I do. I work with a nonprofit locally. I'll go teach for free, but that's my choice. It's my choice to do that, right? Start charging for your worth. Know your worth, love your business, love yourself, and know that you're capable. Have a great day. I'll see you next week.